You know they ain't hear my motherfucking drink. This look like a yeah. Go to the bank and pull out the rings. I put a color in the bank. 50,000 for the channel. My fucking neck. Walk me straight. 60 for the crowd in the buggy. I'm crying in the wind. Yeah. It's good. I'm in the block. So they got 7. Yeah.
I said, pause. I don't know what you said. 57 in the bank, crying in the what? Then I was I'm so sorry. I said she wanna cry in the jump, she wanna cry in the big. Yo, a lot of niggas when she gets money, they say that a lot in their raps. They be like, I said if she wanna go, or if she wanna drive, or she wanna cry, or she wanna do this, or whatever. If she wanna cry in the bucket, or she wanna ride in the Bentley. It's either one or. And if you wanna ride some piece of shit, you wanna ride this fly ass shit that I got for you, shorty. I ain't man deal. All these niggas know this shit? Hold on. All these niggas spit. They got all these little kids stop taking money, bro. This fat ass nigga, are you gonna be able to get away when somebody's chasing you, nigga? I know you got a drink going on, but you're fat as hell with them tight ass pants on, my boy. Is you gonna get away? If you cannot pull your shit out and start blasting, is you gonna get away fast enough? I don't think so. So you already know you put a lot at risk, nigga.
Not a friend up in a golf. You know I ain't fucking drink. Bitches was like, you'll see a night, I'm finna pick you up in the road. Fast forward through the night, then I had a friend up in a golf.
You know correct? Just say pick up some girl in a rose, I think, and then he denied her friend and the ghost. So you pick the shorty up early, you know, vibe, kicking it, with the pop. You pull up her friend, you pull up her friends there, her friend try to get in the ghost, I get ghost the car. And you did. Nigga.
and it don't feel wrong. But again, trust me, this ain't about revenge. But now, I get along better with your friends. That's what I said. I get along better with your friends. Ooh, turn this TV down. TV on. You said you fell. But you said you fell. Something that different than everyone else. I hope. Back. Mm-hmm. Why did you do it to me? Just you.
My fucking bitches. How the aunt she knows pop. Yeah. And it knows
Again.
Y'all can get the gym. Y'all can get the fucking gym, nigga. Stop playing with me. Y'all niggas don't get the fucking gym. What, nigga? Stop playing.
Denied a friend up in a ghost. And the little you wanna cry in a bucket, who cry in a Bentley. Fuck them little niggas, they know it's gonna go up.
Most people who pass away in their sleep experience 3 innocent symptoms that they ignore until it's too late. Number 1, they wake up every night around 3 a.m. to urinate. Number 2, they sometimes hear a ringing in their ears. Number 3, their hair begins thinning unexpectedly, just as mine once did. Perhaps you have lived with these symptoms for years. Perhaps even your doctors know. But what?
Packers set to win the Super Bowl. Star, Farr, and Rodgers won their first titles at 27 years of age. Jordan Love's 27 years of age. The Super Bowl's at Santa Clara. The Packers have 27 playoff losses. It's going to remain at 27 right now. It is very, very laughable. The Eagles are going to lose their 27th playoff game in the NFC Championship game. Bo Nix could be going for his 27th win in the Super Bowl as a starting quarterback, going for that 27th win. It is Sam Darnold in the month of January is going to fall to 2-7 when he loses against the Packers. Caleb Williams has 27 touchdowns this season. The Packers rested their players for 2 weeks. The Bears had to play their starters on Sunday, but the NFL schedules the Bears on a short week instead of on a Sunday or a Monday. This favors the Packers. The number 7 seed is 1-7 against the number 2 seed. Number 2 versus 7. Number 7 seed's going to improve to 2-7 when the Packers win. It is Jordan Love that is 27 regular season wins, including the playoffs. His 32nd win of his career against the Broncos. Broncos is 32. Denver's 32. Jordan Love's 32nd win against Denver. He enters the Super Bowl with 31 wins. Santa Clara, California, the abbreviations equals 31. By the way, the Chargers will be going for 3-7 for number 7 seeds against the Patriots playing CBC the 2-8. The only times the number 7 seed would win, both times by the Packers. Matt LaFleur 7-5 in the playoffs when he wins the Super Bowl. 6-5 beating Philadelphia in the conference championship. LaFleur's Comanche 75. The city of Santa Clara is going to get the 75 from. He's 4-5 when he beats the Bears. Bears is 45. He'll be 5-5 when he beats Seattle after beating the Chicago Bears. And now Jordan Love has 83 touchdowns in the regular season. Matt LaFleur wins the Super Bowl for his 83rd overall win in his career. He's at 79 right now. Champion is 79, Santa Clara, California is 79, and Denver Broncos is 79. Now, his 83rd win, Jordan Love, would happen against the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos has Camacho of 83. Football is the big 83 Camacho, the game of football. Jordan Alexander Love is 83, his 83rd win. This would be Matt. Let me just be clear. This is Matt LaFleur's 83rd win against the Broncos to win Jordan Love the Super Bowl. Chicago, Illinois is where the Packers last won the NFC Championship game. They're going to win at Soldier Field. They're going to beat Seattle. They're going to beat Philly. The 82 Camacho is all about Matt LaFleur entering the Super Bowl with 82 wins in his career. Basically, Joe Montana, the most famous quarterback of the Super Bowl host, was the 82nd overall pick of his draft. Packers enter the Super Bowl with 40 playoff wins. 40 is your Broncos. 41 is basically, Green Bay, and the Super Bowl is 41, and they did clinch against Baltimore. Ravens, they clinch against the Ravens, but then they win the Super Bowl for the 83rd win in the playoffs. Jordan Love has started 50 previous games as quarterback since Rodgers' departure. San Francisco's Camacho 50. Now, San Francisco does equal 76 in reverse. San Francisco Bay Area equals 76. LaFleur has 76 regular season wins as the coach of the Packers. But it's clear that this is the year of 27. That's what the Comanche of Santa Clara is about. Packers are beating the Broncos in the Super Bowl. This is the revenge game against the Broncos for the Parsons injury, but this time the Packers have replaced him with another all-pro defensive player, his teammate Trayvon Diggs. And then the Broncos' 25th playoff win, then they're off to the Bay. '68th playoff game in the history of the Packers. 64 previous playoff games. Denver Broncos 64, 68. Would their 68th playoff game against Denver. Their 68th playoff game in a championship game, which is the Super Bowl. That is the championship game. The Packers run to the Super Bowl. The secret advantage over the Bears is the rest factor. The Bears have given up the fourth most yards on defense. Jordan Love torches them up. And, of course, the secret advantage is the fact that the Seahawks have committed 28 turnovers. Second most giveaways in the NFL. They're going to commit some more turnovers against the Packers. LaFleur's first playoff win came against the Seahawks. The Packers are 2-0 in the divisional round against the Seahawks. They'll be 3-0 in the divisional round against the Seahawks. Jordan Love has 30 playoff wins entering the NFC Championship game against the Eagles. It's Eagle, that's 30. Let's say if it's the Rams, then the Rams is 30. The Rams is 42 and Jalen's 42, so either way, depending on which opponent, Jordan Love is going to be 4-2 in the playoffs. But I think that 27th loss in the playoffs for the Eagles is going to be the deciding factor. This may tie into Clark Starr's only playoff loss game against the Eagles, and maybe that's why the Packers have to beat the Eagles in the conference championship. Jordan Love's 55th start of his career at the stadium of the 49ers. 49ers does equal
Hi, I'm Sarah Carlson, Head of Design here at Biore. I'm here to tell you about the amazing Canyon Insulated Jacket. One of the things that I love most about it is how versatile it is. It basically works for any time you want to look cool but feel pretty cozy. Like everything at Biore, what's great about this is the materials. This one happens to have a little bit of stretch, it's ultra soft, it's also 85% recycled. It does have a water-resistant finish, it's PXE-free. Inside, you'll find PrimaLoft branded insulation. This is really unique because it gives you the warmth, but without any of the bulk. We also made sure that we paid attention to all the details. It has a centerfold zip with a really cute green puller. Inside is a hidden pocket. Here you'll see our branded hit of our V1. Overall, it's just really easy to wear and has all the functional features you'd expect of Biore. Check out the Canyon Insulated Jacket and the rest of our outerwear collection at Biore.com.
And this what would all happen after being the Chicago Bears is that LaFleur will be 5-5 in the playoffs under that scenario. How many wins in college and the pros if you want to get really analytical about this? It shows his college stats, doesn't it? It's not true. It's college stats. I think that's pretty irrelevant. 6'4" is Camacho de la Banca's 1.93 meters. San Francisco Bay does equal 93. It was entering in the calculator. This is what we see. Again, the Super Bowl is exactly 14 weeks after his birthday. His very first touchdown in the playoffs would be his 14th touchdown since his 27th birthday. The Packers are going for their 14th championship. They beat number 14 Sam Darnold in the divisional round, and Caleb Williams' interception would be his 14th interception of the season. And for his 14th interception of the season, his career when he throws that pick against Trayvon Diggs. 27 touchdowns in the regular season. The Bears fall to 11-7 when they lose at Illinois. For LaFleur to improve to 4-5 in the playoffs, and for the Packers to improve to 5-4-1 on the road, and Jordan Love's revenge game.
There is a spirit in the soil. And it does. We just have to bring it out. Mi gente, honor the spirit.
Live from New York. It's a showdown
texted the group. Oh no. I wasn't being sarcastic. I just wrote, oh no. I felt really upset and sad and nervous for Brew, who is currently not here. How can you blame him for not being here? As bad as it gets. Is he coming? Where's the puppets? I think the guy broken. Do you need help? I need a prank. No. You want me to help you up, buddy? This is holy shit! Holy shit! What? I didn't know. Situated. See you have palsy? Rough losses. They always put me in a bad position. Always. You want to start the show? I'm not 100% sure how you feel. You know I play through pain. That's right. I'm playing through a lot of pain today. I'm playing hurt. Physically, like the rest of Flop Nation. Well, I'm playing hurt. One win. Yeah, you got a likely grab and an unlikely miss. Isaiah Likely's catch on
Fonnie Willis. Shut up. Fonnie Willis.
Sets up a 44-yard kick for Tyler Luke. He misses the kick, and the Ravens miss the playoffs. Okay? A little surprise, or Ravens.
How can you break to it, bro? What the fuck? Everything got fucking copyright, bro.
And going into the weekend, I was very confident.
Video.
I put a fresh coat of dye in my hair for today's victory lap.
It looks great. I didn't know. I feel betrayed.
But then, as the game approached, I began to think about some things, Nick. Like, they're 8-8.
Yeah.
They haven't played good football all year.
Yeah.
And then, at the beginning of the third quarter, their best defensive player, Kyle Hamilton, gets hurt.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, really, sadly, Wilds, I'm not surprised.
God, Snyder struck. A brother is stupefied. I can't believe they let it go, Miles. They had it in the bag.
Enough of this.
The box.
Oh, the box.
The box.
This is too much. The sad music again? Yeah.
I'm putting all this stuff away. This Ravens stuff. Yeah, all this. That's part of
it.
That's part of the Ravens stuff.
Yeah.
Everything has to go into the box.
Want me to help you with the road, Bruno?
I think I got it. I'm glad to take this bug off. I'm gonna be honest. It hadn't been a good year for them. I mean, at least the last few years, at least they gave me a nice regular season.
Yeah.
Even the Jordans, I'm going full Nick Wright on an airplane and letting my feet in the wind while this is Nick on airplanes when you try. Let your feet go in the wind. I'm doing that the rest of the show. But the box, oh no. Sad day.
It's gonna go in the basement.
Until next year. And look, we'll see about next year. We'll see about next year because he knows what the Ravens will look like.
That's right.
If Lamar's gone,
wow.
Lamar's gone. But if he does, I'm not so deep. But look, and I'll be quick. The bottom line is this.
the Ravens have done, or did last night, Nick, what they have done for the last few years, the last 3 years when I've been picking them in form and all that, they found a way to lose.
Correct.
That's really what it boils down to. First, you had this, or I believe we have the video of the Steelers tush push play. Now, you can look out and you can slow it down, look at it closer. The Ravens aren't even saying they don't want and the quarterback, he goes right over where they're going all over the place. I mean, look at this is taken out by it. Like, what is that? How you gonna stop it when you're like not even paying attention? All right, that's number one.
Yeah.
Number two,
Yeah.
Lucier on the touchdown pass to Aaron Rodgers, he slips. Again, I'm not sure. Can we zero in on where he just
right here
gets juked and slips?
That was an accident, though.
Okay. Nobody other 32 teams seem to have accidents like this in huge moments.
Okay.
All right. And then, of course, everyone has seen it now ad nauseum.
Yeah.
A 44-yard field goal attempt. And I know Nick Summer saying, they should have ran Derrick Henry to get a little closer.
I never thought gold jewelry could be so affordable until I heard about Maya. For 33 years, Maya and Henry crafted fine gold jewelry that never tarnishes or irritates sensitive skin. Now they are retiring and their entire collection is 80% off until they are officially closed. Click the link below to view their collection before it's too late.
I agree with John Harbaugh on this, that, and 99.9% Henry doesn't fumble. But in the small percentage of chance that he does, then you're getting crushed. And it's not like it was a 54-yarder. It was a 44-yarder, and any NFL kicker should be able to make that kick. I get it was pressurized, but that's where you live as a kicker. And so they just found a way to lose the game.
So let me start there, and then let me go micro to macro on that end of the game sequence. You guys heard me say this about 10 different things, 100 different times when we talk about football. It's one of the reasons I love the NFL, and I love the small sample size nature of it. Everything matters.
Yes.
In every part of your season, everything matters. Derrick Henry fumbling in September might have cost them this game in January. Because had Derrick Henry not fumbled in those big spots early in the year, then maybe with 14 seconds left, one timeout, sitting on let's give us a chance to make it from a 41-yarder to a 34-yarder, or maybe a 0-yarder, because Derrick Henry's in your mind, so everything matters.
And bottom line, they probably are fighting for their playoff.
In notoriously the single hardest stadium to kick in football, that you've just seen one of the best kickers somehow miss an extra point, so there's that. That's the micro. The macro is, in Week 18, they were who they have been all year long. A defense that for part of the game was awesome, and part of the game was awful, but the whole game couldn't get pressure on the quarterback. An offense that at times makes plays where you're like, yeah, that's the only player in the league that can make that play. And oh my God, and Derrick Henry's his running back. And then at times goes totally dormant. A team that is not super highly penalized, but man, the penalties seem to all come. They don't seem to have a lot of meaningless, who cares, penalties. And to go back to the
They had one on that, or they had one on that last possession.
absolutely,
They could have called right.
and Jawan Taylor Memorial, illegal formation by the tackle. And then a coach who can get oddly, I think, conservative in weird spots, which was to me the center of the ball, not run Derrick Henry. But again, I'm not killing him specifically for that. But this is who the Ravens are. And it's who they've been. They lose games as favorites. They lose games where it felt like they had 10 ways to win it and only one way to lose it. They lose games where their quarterback, who we're going to get to in a moment, has some all-time highlight plays, but also some just bouts of total non-existence or what was he thinking moments. And so that's who the Ravens are. So to me, I'm not surprised because the coach, the team, and the quarterback, who I trust in a spot like this more, were all on Pittsburgh. And I know it sounds, yeah, we're going to get to, I think there's the coach, the team overall, and quarterback. Yeah, I do. And so it doesn't surprise me that the 8-8 Baltimore Ravens, with all that talent, found a way to lose the game. It's awful that it happened in that fashion. The one thing I would say is, if not for an easier kick by a better kicker being missed a minute before, that kick's not to win it, it's to tie. You know what I mean? So like a missed kick, there was the missed extra point was way more shocking for a guy that missed an extra point in 8 years than the missed field goal. And so I know they could have made the field goal and they would have got the win. The missed kick went in both directions.
Tyler's first miss inside 50 all year as they had 29 for 30. Let's look specifically at Lamar's game. Found Zay Flowers 2 times, set up the winning kick after a mundane first half, ends the day with a 121 passer rating, almost 240 yards and 3 touchdowns. Third loss this year, Brew, with a passer rating of 120 or better. Do you think Lamar helped or hurt his big game reputation?
This is insane. I wish it was acceptable to just go out and act like this. I did so hard to find a good lifestyle, and when I put this on, I was like, thank you. I've got a little t-shirt here that I'm going to wear a t-shirt test. This is for the test. Like, just instantly better. Honestly, barely even 2 steps away. This just has to be my everyday life.
Look, I think he helped it. I mean, and he wasn't perfect. First half, only threw 6 passes. Now, one was a 38-yard touchdown, had like a high passer rating in the first half. And then the third quarter, like, they hardly had the ball. Like, and he did have the interception, right. So that was clearly on him. But in the fourth quarter, yeah, it was, but
he was getting balls batted down. Yeah,
he had 2, was it 4?
Well, he had 4 passes deflect, like, PBUs, but I thought he had 3 at the line of scrimmage. Like
he had another one after the interception.
Let's do those differently than like throwing into traffic.
I know you do. I think it depends. But
they happen with our quarterbacks at times. But bottom line, fourth quarter, he was incredible. That was vintage Lamar Jackson, period. And look, I get, and I was, during the first half, clearly it was all Derrick Henry all the time, which I was fine with. I did feel like you got to throw it a little bit more. I thought, but I'm not going to be critical because I've been calling for him to give Derrick Henry the ball, and they did it, and he was effective. He had over 100 yards first half. But I was like, working a few more passes because I think they could have scored more points in the first half. But bottom line, fourth quarter, he was great, Nick. And he made 2 plays. We were talking about it off the air. This first one, where he avoids this, I don't know how we avoided that sack. And then to throw it 50 yards on, that was perfect.
One of the best plays of his career.
Absolutely. That is a fantastic play, and that's why he's a 2-time MVP. And then on 4th and 7, when at this point I did think it was over, and he throws a beautiful pass between 2 Steelers, and Isaiah Likely, credit to him, makes a fantastic catch. I mean, had to go up high. And Lamar had to throw it high to get it over the linebacker 56, but great catch, great throw. So I think he played, it wasn't a perfect game, but I thought he played great. He had a 121 passer rate, you showed wow. And Nick, let me show this quickly because his big games, and obviously he hasn't been perfect in the playoffs, and he's had turnovers at critical moments in the playoffs against the Chiefs and the Bills. But these are his last 4 playoff games over the previous 2 years. The numbers right now, a few more turnovers than you like, but still, numbers are great. He's great against Houston in the win, great against Pittsburgh last year in the win, and then he's up and down against the Bills and the Chiefs in the
he was just down against the Chiefs. They scored 7 points. He had 2 turnovers.
He had a touchdown. He had 3 for almost 3.
Yeah, I mean, so that I'll agree with most of what you said. That graphic doesn't move me much because
those are big games. Every playoff game is not just the ones against games.
No, those are all big games. But that's 4 games, and in my opinion, he played objectively very poorly in one of them, and he played poorly in another. And then he played great. Yeah, the Bills, and so the Bills game is what I'm going to allude to here because listen, his fourth quarter, and this is where sports can be unfair and cruel. If Luke makes that field goal, none of how he played changes, and that fourth quarter is regular season legendary. You know what I mean? As legendary as it can be in a because that is a playoff. I know Wild get mad at me. It wasn't a playoff game, but it was a playoff game.
Yeah,
and so right, it was as close to a playoff game as you can get. And
same thing with last year with Mark Andrews.
That would have gotten you the time.
Right.
And so, and here's his numbers in the fourth quarter compared to the first 3, and it is stark. The first 3 quarters, at the very beginning of the fourth quarter, Collinsworth does a whole monologue about how Lamar hasn't done anything. You know what I mean? He had the 1 touchdown pass, he says, for 39 yards, 29 yards, whatever it was, and other than that, outside of that, he's done nothing. And then he lights fire, and the 4th down play was unbelievable. But here is what I think is somewhat objective reality of how we grade sports figures, all-time great sports figures. It's hard to get a ton of credit for digging yourself out of a hole that you helped create if you don't dig yourself all the way out. It's what happened in that Bills game. That Bills game, he was part of the reason they were trailing. He then was awesome in the second half, but they didn't get over the hump.
I think it was more so the Bills game than this. He didn't do much, but he didn't.
No, I just thought they had opportunities in the opportunities. Pittsburgh was not doing much, and they had opportunities to be in position.
They should have been a lot more at halftime.
Right, that's the point. I don't think it's too much to ask. Can we get 60 minutes of excellent football from Lamar in a spot like this? This is once they keep losing these games as favorites. They're the favorites at home against Kansas City. They score 7 points and lose. They're the favorites against Buffalo in Buffalo. They dig the big hole. They can't quite dig themselves out. They come this close. They're the favorites against the Steelers team. That all week long, the conversation on this show was no DK Metcalf, how they're looking, the Ravens team. And so, did he help or hurt his big game reputation? The reason I would say he hurt it is because, here's why though, and I think you might agree with me in this regard. Because the only way to actually help his big game reputation is to go on a playoff run. And because they lost, he can't. Like, this is going to be I don't think that he choked in this game. In fact, far from it. He didn't do much early, and then when the stakes were the highest, he played, I think, the best football he's played all year. I think KW probably was ready to be like, if the game kept where it was, Lamar's clearly hurt. And he played the first 3 quarters.
He's trying to move around.
But this is the big game reputation is about this graphic. It's his playoff win-loss record compared to the other legends. These are the other mobile.
Well, that's right. That's different. We're just talking about playoffs.
No, but I guess what I'm saying is the only way to really help that is they needed to win this game. So he had an opportunity to improve this.
But I do think you can't, and even last year, big game against the Steelers in the regular season. Big game in the playoffs was great. So the bottom line is he does have to win, even if he doesn't play that point. If they can continue, say the first half the way they were playing, and at the end of the game he's throwing 15 passes, doesn't do much, but they win, that actually helps him more than what happened yesterday, because at the end of John Elway was a great Super Bowl either. You know, and you see their other players Peyton Manning's second Super Bowl. He won. So he just needs to win.
If I ask you one quick playoff deal before you go to you said it was vintage Lamar. Here is the one place I would disagree. He doesn't. Even yesterday. He didn't, he got walked down. I mean, how many yards he run for it? Like 9. And so, no, I don't think that does usually sucks. Like 9 yards rushing. Like, he was the basic. He was the basic.
Yeah.
He was the basic.
See, next year, we'll see how Purdy,
Yeah, we're going to quickly talk about John. I was asked about his future in the team and also about his coach's future. Leadership, or if you want to know, no, he's going to bring to that.
Well, first of all, with Lamar this contract, I don't doubt, obviously, he's stunned. I mean, I think everybody was stunned by the way that ended, so I don't think he's lying about that. I'm not thinking about all that stuff. I think he's telling the truth. But even in that situation, if you're asked about that, you can say, look, Coach is my man, of course we want him back, or, he's been with me my whole career. You know what I mean?
Like a weird response.
Yeah, you can even say, look, I said last week, Coach and our relationship is great, it's fine, but that decision's above my head. You can even say something like that. If they had asked you, do you want Derrick Henry back next year? He'd have been like, as stunned as he is, of course, yes, I want Derrick Henry back. So, I think he showed that, he may be ready to move on. And the bottom line is, yes, I think they need to move on from them. The things we showed on that tush push highlight, that's a coaching thing. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not saying the players don't have any responsibility, but there's too many times. I think the penalties in the big game.
It's blown double-digit leads. It gets lost in this because how the game was played.
Yeah, and he had double-digit. Yeah, and he had more double-digit leads blown than anyone in the last 6 years, last 5 years. So
was that partially because they get an out of 10 players? I'm sure it is part, but we did. Yes, they do get a lot. They still. Even when you adjust for that, blow a lot of this one.
And it's just this time, in 18 years, I think they need to blitz. Because here's the thing, what's going to change next year? Lamar's he's not going to be better, not much better than he's been over the last 3 years. This year notwithstanding. Derrick Henry, you just hope, is as good as he's been the last 2 years. What's going to change?
I can tell the look on your face. It's a be careful what you wish for. Because name out there is Kevin Stefanski.
No go. I would look at him, but he hasn't had successful quarterbacks. No, the guy is Brian Flores. If I'm the Ravens, I want he continues the defensive function, and he will obviously have.
So we'll talk more about this with Coach, and just give me 30 seconds, Dust. I do think this is be careful what you wish for. But I am going to focus on the Mars because, and I'll try to have very thick skin, I have taken something of a beating for being elected conspiracy theories because I keep talking about this Lamar Harbaugh and I just have this platform because of my boyish good looks. Lamar Jackson does not want John Harbaugh. And if he wanted John Harbaugh, when he is asked, the final thing we are going to hear from Lamar Jackson all year at that podium, do you want your coach back? even if you kind of don't want him back, or you just be like, yeah, of course, coach is my coach. It's the only coach we've had. I'm devastated, but yeah, of course. No, and then behind the scenes, be like, man, get rid of him. Right. You didn't even do it. It was, I am not even going to give a...
Charleston White woke up with a lot of regret today. It looks like the reverse psychology, he tried to